on the back side of this, it's just a brief explanation of RF hazards that major reports from leading scientists and engineers and healthcare providers have come to conclusions about.
That's one thing I was trying to look up a lot about, was like the
it was a lot of work, and I just threw it together if it's not properly organized and everything, but I tried to put as much work into it as I could before up to the point I got here. I was typing on it.
Awesome.
So if you flip it over to the other side, you'll see radiation is the real phenomenon.
I threw together an article kind of covering the gambit on the RFID issue, also linking to Catherine Albright. Catherine Albright?
Yes, and that's one thing I didn't get to put in there, but I wanted to give credence to her site. Her site was a big help.
You can probably pull up that article off of the We Are Change site, SanAntonioTruth.org, and the Waxo Press. We posted up a link to it last night. Kind of went over the gambit, put in a couple of videos from the protest, and like the one that they did with the InfoWars Nightly News.
Okay.
It was a good piece where they kind of covered the issues of how much money it's costing, and it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but my plans are. I mean, what I'm suspecting here is, number one, they're getting kickbacks from the vendors. They're getting lobbied.
Yeah.
I was in the military, and that's how.
Because there's money to be made in data mining.
About that.
There's money to be made in data mining. If they can figure out, if they can make money off how long the average child spends in the bathroom, how long they spend in the cafeteria. They can also data mine the cameras to watch a particular badge to see what this person's doing,
It's only the beginning, because, I mean, imagine when they have it all in all the clothes. So they say, oh, this type of student's going to wear this type of clothes, and then they have the cameras to see what they're eating. So, we know that if he's wearing...
we know they already do at WWY Elementary.
Yep, so I mean, it's only the start. You said you were a concerned parent, and what was your background?
My background is Air Force Communications and combat camera and photojournalist.
Oh, wow. So, awesome.
I actually crossed in both fields. I did stories, and, videos, and also did photo layouts and articles.
Awesome.
But I also spent time working on USAFE, U.S. Air Forces in Europe, communication staff, where we did testing and integration of equipment for fielding, like not only theater-wide but Air Force-wide.
So I heard you mention something about RFID. You had a little bit of RFID experience.
Well, RF experience from
radio
RF
frequency
emissions. Yeah. When I was stationed in Vandenberg Air Force Base, we came in one day, and the maintenance guy said, "Here you go. You got a new camera with the RF antenna on them." And I looked at that thing, and it's mounted right next to my temple, and I said, "Oh, hell no." And so we got our base bioenvironmental people involved to test it out, and the whole time our management was telling me, "Oh, the vendor said it's safe, no problem." I said, "Yeah, they'll tell you that because they want to make money. They want to make a sale. Of course they're going to tell you it's safe. They're not going to say, oh, it's going to fry your brain and give you brain tumors." So anyway, the results came back, and they said, "No, they're not safe." So they go, "What do you have to do to make them safe?" You have to put them on 6-foot poles. So they made conduit poles, put them 6 foot up in the air. So when we were doing our live feeds, to our TV van, we were walking around with these giant antennas. They had to get 6 feet away to be safe. And additionally, too, I've had friends in communications squadron that have become sick and developed cancer, being exposed to RFs from radar and from antennas too.
Wow.
I've had one that got. They accidentally turned it on while he was out taking photos of it for a job, and it fried him. It gave him a bad sunburn. It messed up his digital watch. It made his head all fuzzy. I mean, it was not a nice thing.
Wow.
And my concern is what the scientific community is now finding out, that under the FDA regulations, it's only dangerous if it has a thermal effect on your skin, meaning that RF burns your skin. All right? But what the scientists are finding out is that that's the least of it. Most of it is the long-term exposure effects that it has on your system, your body, as a bioelectric organism. And then it also, in long-term now, even the UN World Health Organization has found that RF radiation contributes to brain tumors. All right, and there's another scientific study that's listed in that sheet that also is an independent one that was done. That 610-page report definitely linking RF radiation and other types of like power line radiation to cancer and other health effects. Specifically, yes, ELF. Thank you. So.
That's awesome, man. I really look forward to what you got to say today.
Okay.
That's awesome. Very nice meeting you, sir.
Very nice meeting you.
Are you familiar with Infowars.com?
I'm a member.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're the 1776 strong.
Yes.
If you live in San Antonio, man, this We Are Change San Antonio with San Antonio chapter. That's our website there.
Okay.
Get active.
All right, great.